AITA for refusing to go to my sister's wedding after finding out only our side of the family were having to pay to attend? Posted by One Change, 45. Obligatory. This is a throwaway account clarification. I'm very active in a D&D sub that I don't particularly want it to tied to this situation. So my younger sister, Katie 28F, and her partner, Chris 29M, are getting married in April in Dubai. She has always wanted an extravagant wedding and is going all out on this. So the wedding is happening over 4 days. There's 70 guests, but they want us, me, my husband, and parents, to stay in the same hotel with them, along with her bridesmaids, which I am MOH, and groomsmen. The hotel is pretty luxe, so with flights is costing us just over $2,900 each. Chris's family are also staying in the hotel, which includes his parents, 2 brothers, and his nephew. They are well off. I don't know exactly how much they earn combined, but I know Katie is on $88K and she is the lower earner. But about 6 months ago, Chris and Katie came to us and asked to borrow $17K more. They stressed it would be a loan paid over time and said the venue had increased the price, Dubai law was different, blah, blah, blah. They paid this money or they lost the lot. We believed them, and I offered to loan $7K and my parents the other, $10K. So long story short, I have since found out through someone else that the $17K wasn't for the venue. It was for Chris's family to fly over there. They saw how much it was going to be, didn't want to pay, and refused to go. I asked Katie and she confirmed, so my first question was if they were paying for his parents, why not pay for ours? I would never expect them to pay for me, even if we couldn't afford it. I'd have wished them well and stayed at home. And her answer was, because they can afford it. She got very defensive and said this was the fairest way she could think of doing it. It's hard enough planning a wedding, etc. But when I asked if you genuinely thought this was the fairest way to do it, why did you lie about what the $17K was for and say it was a venue issue? She couldn't answer. My parents are aware and are very disappointed they lied, but have said they're still attending. But I have backed out. To me, it feels like my parents are being taken advantage. And if they couldn't afford to pay for both our and Chris's parents and his brothers and nephew, then they shouldn't have just paid for the 4 parents or no one at all. And they especially shouldn't have lied about it. Katie and Chris keep calling and asking me to attend, saying I'm making them feel bad and ruining their day. But the whole thing just feels icky to me. I'm genuinely an open book, so be brutal. Am I being an AH here? Should I just suck it up and go? Edit. Crumbs, that's a lot of comments. Ha ha. Thanks so much, everyone. Just wanted to answer a couple of comments that have come up a lot. The repayment. My husband's brother is a solicitor, and he kindly drew up a contract and repayment plan for both myself and my parents, so the money will be paid off within 12 months of the wedding. If they don't stick to this, I have access to a free solicitor. Haha. I hope it wouldn't come to that, but that's why I have the papers for worst-case scenario. Asking for the $7K back might be a soft touch, but asking for this back feels like a step too far. Like I'm mad as hell, but not enough to actively try ruin their wedding a few weeks before, which it feels like, right now at least, is what that would be doing. But hey, give me a few more days to stew. Edit 2. Thanks again for all the feedback, everyone. Just another quick FYI. A few people have asked about Chris's family or seem to have the impression they're well off. I'm obviously not privy to their financial situation, but what the limited amount I do know from what Katie has said, Chris and his family grew up very poor. Before all this, I'd always thought Chris was a lovely guy, but I had caught him in the odd but harmless white lie, things like where he went to school, the type of house he grew up in, etc. I get the impression he is embarrassed or resentful of his upbringing, given their lack of money, and this is how he now values his own self-worth, by his much money he has. My guess is, when his family said they couldn't go, he panicked and worried. People who ask why they weren't there, and he would either have to say they couldn't afford it, or he couldn't afford to pay for them. And look, his past trauma background experience is not for me to judge, But if that were the case, it just makes me more mad that they both didn't plan ahead and talk to friends, family about what they could afford before booking Dubai. If it was such a deal breaker for his family to be there, they should have factored in the cost of paying for all parents to attend instead of thrusting a $3K per person bill at them and expecting them to rock up.